Hi boys and girls. Today we're going to be looking at 7.7 and we're going to be comparing fractions again. As always though, we want to start out with some mental math and math message, but today we're going to be practicing evaluate. We're going to be doing this all week as part of our lessons to make sure we're prepared for when we take evaluate this week. So here is a question that is from a previous lesson, from a previous evaluate. It says select the picture or pictures and phrase or phrases below that represent 1/6. So that means there could be one thing here that's 1/6. There could be all of them that show 1/6. Okay, you need to be able to pick out which ones are showing 1/6. Again, that can be words or in pictures. Okay, so go ahead and circle those here. And then here is another one that looks just like that. It says select the pictures or phrases below that represent 3/4. Again, there could be one or there could be more than one. Okay. And then now we get to our mental math. These are things that we should also know. So here is a shape. I want you to tell me what is the name of this shape and then what is the fraction of the shaded part. Okay, so same for this one and this one. Okay, what's the name of the shape and then what is the fraction of the shaded part. Okay, and then this is going to be what we use to help us with our lesson. Okay, when we look at these pictures, it says which shape shows a shaded part less than 1/2. So you can draw like an arrow here, like draw a line pointing to it, okay, or you can write on it like less. This one says which one shows a shaded part that is greater than 1/2, and this says which shape shows a shaded part that's about 1/2. Okay, so go ahead and draw lines or write like less than, greater than, or equal to, okay, or about. Okay, so go ahead and do that here because today we are going to be comparing fractions using 1/2 as our benchmark. Okay, again, we're not always going to have our fraction strips, okay, that you should have made. So this is a great mental math strategy to help me compare. If I'm trying to think, is 1/3 greater than, less than, or equal to 5/8? How would I figure that out? Okay, so we're going to use this benchmark here to help us. So we are going to try some different things. We're going to learn what these benchmarks are. And before we continue, we want to make sure that we remember that we have compared fractions already. We watched this little video, which you can watch again today. We looked at same numerators and we've talked about same denominators. We've even talked about different denominators and different numerators. Okay, we've talked with our fraction strips. We've looked at these with pictures, like our fraction circles. Okay, and we learned the little butterfly effect. Okay, the little butterfly method. Okay, like 3 times 8, right? And then 5 times 8, and then assigning which one is bigger. Okay, so 5 times 8 is 40, right? 3 times 8, right, is 24. So 40 is bigger. So 5/8 is bigger than 3/8. Okay, same thing here. If you say, well, 5 times 4 is 20, you put it by the numerator. 3 times 8, okay, that's 24. That's over here. Well, is 5 times 4, that was 20, or 24, which one's bigger? 24. So 3/4 is bigger, right? So some of you really like that when we had that on our Google Meet. Okay, so, and sometimes they're just equivalent, right? They look exactly the same, like 3 divided by 6 is 2. It's just like 1 divided by 2, right? So it's half. Now, what if we don't remember those things? Okay, well, if you have pictures or you look at the fraction, you can think if it's greater than half, it's close to one whole thing. Okay, then you can say, ooh, that's going to be over here. That's going to be a bigger fraction. If you say it's less than half, like it's closer to 0, you're going to say, ooh, that's a smaller fraction. Okay, or maybe you say this is like right almost in the middle. This is almost half. That can help you kind of compare which one is bigger if you don't have pictures or fraction strips to look. So I'm going to go ahead and pause right here and then come back and model how I can use these benchmarks to help me.